In 2024, there are 4 ways to go solar. Stay tuned for a quick summary of all 4 ways. The first way to go solar is through ownership. So basically, a finance company covers the cost of your equipment, installation, and you have a payment that is calculated over a set term. So 5, 10, 15, 25 years at a specific rate. Your payment is fully amortized so that your loan is paid off at the end of that term or once you pay your balance off. Either way, you own your equipment outright. An advantage to ownership is you get to take advantage of the tax credits and grants that come along with going green. One of the disadvantages of going solar with ownership is that you are fully responsible for your equipment once the manufacturer warranties wear off or expire. If you choose ownership as a path to going solar, it's going to be important to ask if there's any additional warranties or coverages that can be purchased. The second way to go solar is through a lease. Now, a lease is comparable to ownership in the way that after 5 years, you do have the option to purchase your equipment for fair market value. And every year after, you again have the right to purchase your equipment. But the barrier to entry in getting into a lease is a lot easier. Typically, the payment is a lot cheaper than a purchasing payment. And a lease covers the equipment and the cost of repairs and degradation or a declining in the power of your panels over the term of the lease. Lease terms typically are 20 to 25 years. So during that time, you are no longer responsible or you are not responsible to repair your equipment if anything goes wrong. The biggest disadvantage to a lease is that you do not get to claim the tax credit that goes along with going green. So if you have taxable income and you can benefit from having a huge tax credit to use, then a lease option is not for you. The third way to go solar is through a PPA. What is a PPA? It is a power purchase agreement, and it's basically comparable to what you're already doing, minus the fact that it's contractual. So a company comes in, brings the equipment, installs it with no cost, and you sit down and agree to an affordable rate for the duration of your PPA term. Typically, PPA terms are 20 to 25 years. So during that time, you can either have a fixed payment, which is going to be a lot cheaper than an ownership payment and a lease payment, or you can have a payment with an escalator on it. Now, an escalator payment is going to gradually go up throughout the years, but nowhere close to what your utility payment would end up being. And it still gives you a predictable payment that you can expect every single month. The disadvantages to a PPA are, again, you do not get to claim the solar tax credit because you do not own the equipment. But a huge advantage to a PPA is that the equipment is protected and covered under a service contract for the duration of the PPA term. The fourth way to go solar is basically by paying cash for your equipment. I do not see this option selected very often unless it's an investor that has already paid off the house and is wanting to make the house more marketable to potential tenants or future buyers. But it is an option. And if you do purchase your solar equipment cash, you do get to take advantage of the solar tax credit. So if you're looking for tax credits, if you're one of those clients that needs write-offs, this is an excellent option for you. At the end of the day, no matter what option you choose, it's gonna be a better return for your investment than what you're doing now. If you look at the numbers, going solar as opposed to renting your utilities for life is a waste of money. So if you have not yet to look into your solar energy options and you're not sure where to turn and you don't want to open the door when that next door-to-door salesman comes, then tap that message button so I can get you a free, unbiased, comprehensive report on solar versus electric. My name is Joanne Harris. I'm a solar energy specialist here to prepare you for a future powered by the sun.